Hello, hello. It's Danielle here with Kraftin Kimmie tonight, and we are going to color up the adorable Llama Drama stamp set from Kraftin Kimmie. It looks like I have Debbie is watching, and Cindy just popped in. Hi, Cindy. So I'm a little bit early. That's a shock for me. That doesn't happen very often, so I'll just wait for a minute or two. As I mentioned, we're going to color up an image from this absolutely adorable set, and I took a fun spin on it too for the card for tonight, and used a portion of this sentiment here and the fa la 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 from, I think it's Caroling Cuties is what that's from. So we have a fa la 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 llama for Christmas. So I thought it'd be kind of fun. This is a set that, hi Rana, this is a set that I, gosh, I had my eye on it forever and I didn't order it, and I finally ordered it. Then it sat in my stamp bin for quite a while, and so I finally decided that I was going to color it up. Hello, Miss Kim. So I finally decided I was going to get it colored up, and I'm so glad I did because it's so stinking cute I can hardly stand it. I got to show you how fun. I was thinking that this one here, this one's with its tongue out and it's spitting, and then it says spit happens. Wouldn't that be fun with the new Splish Splash stencil? I think that would be so cute if we put that stencil on there around this particular image and then stamp the spit happens in there. I think that would be really fun. That's such a great stencil, so much fun. Hi Carla. So we're right at time. I'll go ahead and get started here pretty quickly. Like I said, this is the stamp set we're coloring up, and I'm going to actually color it with you and then make the finished card really quick as well. And this is the card that I made with the stamp set. So alrighty, yeah, he does look festive, doesn't he? I'm really in Christmas mode, and I've been seeing a lot of inspiration from our friends in the crafty group using stamp sets in ways other than you know, that you might think normally, and so I thought it would be really fun to do that. So all right, you like that idea, Rana? That's fun. Okay, so I don't have a huge color palette for this, which is kind of fun, and I posted the colors, but I'll go through them really quick. And if you don't have the exact Copic colors I'm using, just use something in the color family. I'm using the E40, 41, and 43 series for the llama's body. And so another color combo that would look cute would be maybe the 50s, the E50s, or a W combo, or even a gray combo would look really cute. So that's the ones I'm using. I'm also using for the llama's blanket, I am using a G94 and 99. And again, so a G series, if you want to make it Christmassy like I did, would be fun. And then my R series are R39 and R37. And then I believe I used like an a T5 on the reins, but you know, any gray would look great actually. So, and then of course I've got my trusty colorless blender at my side. I always have to have that. So we'll get going. I'm gonna get started here. Yeah, I thought it was fun too, Kim, to use it that way. Like I said, I've been inspired by the people in the group using their stamps in such fun ways for the holidays. So, okay, so on the llama's body, I colored, first I colored the body part, and I started with the E43. So I'm gonna just come in and I'm gonna follow along the outline of the die, the stamped image, and I'm just swirling in where the color is, but then I'm kind of extending it. So really I'm just following along the lines, and then I'm just kind of making some swoops in the meantime. So I'm going whoop, swoop, swoop. Can you see what I'm doing there? And I'm just following along. So basically I'm making it look like, and this darn band-aid on my finger is not making it easy to color, but that's the way it goes. So basically I'm just making it look like this llama has curly hair. So I'm just kind of following along with what it's already got. And I might need to turn it a little bit. so that you can maybe still see what I'm doing. And I'm just using a real light touch. I'm not going real heavy, and I'm just doing some swirls here or there, following along the lines. Swirl, swirl. Here I am going to put down a little bit of a shadow, just literally draw it in a little bit right under the blanket. And then I'm just going to keep kind of swirling, making circles, squiggles. It's just like super fun to just kind of be kind of free and creative with it. We want him, her to look kind of curly, like I said. So I'm just adding in some fun curls along the sides here. Following along, like I said, following along the outer edges of the design. Swooping it in there. Look how easy that was. And then I'm going to do, while I've got this color out, I'm also going to do the top part of the hair up here. I'm trying to turn the image so that you can see me coloring and not see my hand. So again, same idea. I'm just following along the cute curly lines. And just kind of filling in some color, leaving some white space, because we're going to come in with another color and kind of do a similar process. And then the legs I did do in the E43 all the way. This back leg here is pretty much shaded, so I'm just going to color it completely. I'm not going to leave any space for another color. And like I said, I've got my trusty colorless blender out because this Band-Aid kind of pushes my marker out of my hand sometimes. It's hard to stay detailed. So we'll just push that color back a little bit. So I'm coloring the legs, like I said. This one's darker. The feet are also at the way bottom and they're darker, so I'm not going to mess around, and they're so tiny, I'm not going to mess around with trying to give, you know, multiple colors or layers. I'm just going to color them. And for the most part, that's what I'm doing with the legs too, starting darker up here, shaded under the fur, coming down to the feet, a little bit darker at the way base, and kind of in the middle. So I'm leaving a little space there that I can fill in with the next color, but mostly they're the darker color. Oh, thank you, Cindy. Oh, hi, Danny. Glad you made it. I know it's really weird. The new Facebook doesn't always notify you, even if you mark that you want to be notified on things. It's kind of funny. Let's see here. So we did, that was the E43. Next I'm going to come in with E41. That's my next color. And I'm just going to do kind of a similar process. I'm just going to fill in some more swoops and swirls in the fur to create our furry look on our llama. And before I do that, I'm just going to fill in the space that I left on its legs. Just like that. And then I'm going to just come back up where I was before, and I'm not going to be very exact. I'm just literally filling in some swirls here and there. Oh, thanks, Carrie. Nice to see you. Or see that you're here, I guess I should say. Someday I'll get to say that in person again, right? So just swooping, just curly swirlies, having fun, playing around, filling in a little bit more color so that the body of the llama looks, you know, furry. And I don't really want white space necessarily. It's okay if there's a little in there, but I'm just kind of filling it in. And then I'll probably come through as this dries a little bit and do one last swirly whirly with the E43. Swirly whirly, in case you didn't know, is a very technical term of that Copic colorers use. Taught you something new, huh? Okay, so that's the body, and then I'll do the same with the head. It's so tiny. I'm just going to kind of fill it in up here at the top. And then I'll come back through after it dries a little bit and after I work on some other parts, and we'll do one more additional little level of the E43. So that's the E41. Is anyone coloring along with me tonight? Or are we just watching? Let's see, now E40 is my third color, and that color is the head and the neck. That's the color I'm doing for there, and the ears. You love the technical term. Good. We always have those funny little words that we use sometimes, right? So coloring in the ears and the face with E40. Just laying down a first color just to get it on there. And I'm not really, I'm not going to use a ton of other colors, but what I will use the E41 a little bit on there. And I'll give the llama some cute pink cheeks and touch up the nose a little bit. So just filling in where I want it to be a little lighter. And then I am going to take the E41 and just put a little bit of color, a little darker color right along the outside of the face, under this side of the ear, and around this portion of the face as well, kind of where I would envision it to be a little darker, and this side of the neck, a little bit under the chin strap there, and a little bit right above the bands. So just a little, just enough for it to have a little variation. And I may come in and do one more after it sets for a bit and see what I think, if I want to do another level on there of color. So while that sets, before it gets too set up, I'm going to go ahead and dot in some pink on the nose and ears, or sorry, not ears, cheeks, nose and cheeks. So this is my EO2, and I'm just, little face is so small, I'm literally just dotting on the cheeks. And I'm going to let them be pretty pink. I'll do a little smoothing with the E40, but for the most part, I'm going to let it be pretty pink. They're pretty cute. Then I'm just going to put a little bit on the nose there. Then I'm going to grab my E40 again. The llama's long neck and head are reminding you of the bookworm. I know, that's funny, isn't it? Okay, let's see. Whoops, I grabbed the wrong one. So I need a 40, E40. So I am going to just tiny bit blend out a little bit more. And around where I was before. This is the E40 again. Then I'm going to take E43. That would be cute, Kim. The llama's head peeking over a stack of books would be adorable. I think, you know, like so many of the Kraftin Kimmie sets, once you start thinking about the ways you can coordinate them with the other stamp sets that we have, there's just so many fun possibilities. I love that. So that was the E43, and I don't want it to be quite that dark, so I'm going to come in with my E40 again and just blend it just a little bit. I want it to stand out but not be super too much. It's going to look a little different than the other one I did. That's the way they go. All right, and then I'm going to take my E41 one more time. And I'm just going to give it that one last little brush of the shading. This is the E41 around the side of the face. Under the chin. There, just so it has a little bit of the shading on there, and the ear maybe a little bit more. This is actually a really quick little image to color up, which is fun. It's so fun. And then I'm going to take my E43, like I said before, and I'm going to come back in, and I'm just going to add a little bit more swirls to the fur. So again, I'm just coming in, and this time I'm just kind of very, very lightly touching the tip of my marker to where I've already been before, and I'm just filling it in. See, just little swirls, curls. I mean, I made a couple small swirls, or circles, I mean. But for the most part, I'm just kind of making little whoop-de-doos. And I'm going to just put a little bit of that shading, just a little. I mean, it doesn't need much whatsoever, just very lightly around the blanket, the edge of the blanket. A little bit over here maybe. There we go. Oh, how fun, right? Oh, we got to do the top of the head a little bit too. So let's come up here and we'll just add just a little more of the darkness up here. The darker color, I should say. Here we go. Ta-da! Okay, well that's very fun. So the llama body is done. We're going to work on the blanket next. Oh, and before I forget to tell you, this color up here, this sentiment is from the Caroling Cuties, which I think was released in last year, 2019. And then this llama here, like I said at the beginning of the video, if you weren't here, I just taped off the last 3 letters of this sentiment before I stamped it down. And the colors are the Fresh Fields and the Crisp Crimson. Crimson are the colors that I used, so thought it was kind of fun. Let's see here. So now we need our greens. And actually, let me think. Do I want to do that first? Yeah. I'm going to do the rain, whatchamadoodle. His reins, I guess, for lack of a better word to come to my mind. And I'm using T5 for that. But really, any gray will work, even a black if you want it to be darker. But I'm just going to use the T5. And again, I am not, because it's so small, and I don't want it to be like the major focus of the image, I'm just filling it in with the one color. Pretty simple. And I think I just colored in these little circles. Oops, got a little heavy-handed, but I'm going to be okay with it. Oh, thank you, Kim, for linking those. I appreciate that. I'm trying to look up every so often and I forget. Okay, so then we're going to do the blanket, like I said. So I'm going to start with my G99 and then go to my G94. I know, I love the Crimson and the Fresh Fields together. That, to me, it's like the perfect Christmas combo of the reds and greens. I absolutely love them together. All right, so I'm going to start with my green first, and I'm just going to start over here. Oops, and this one is the closest down by fur, so I'm not wearing too much. I'm going to leave a tiny bit of white space and fill that in with a lighter color. And then around the neck here on the next one, I'm just going to go on the outer edge, I guess, inner outer edge, and start there, and then I'll fill in with the G94 when I come back through. So laying down color, I want a shadow, a little bit of a shadow there. I definitely want it to be darker under here. So I'm just laying that down. These two greens don't blend quite as easily as you might think they would. This G99 is quite a lot darker than the G94 is, but you just don't want to let it set real long and just start, getting your colors to blend rather quickly is the trick, really. So I'm just going to put a little bit more in here. I'm just kind of lightly swooping that in there. Then I'm going to grab my G94 and fill in my other where I was and start getting these colors to blend, because I don't want too much of a harsh line, and they will blend. I found out over the weekend when I was crafting and getting ready for our January event, which I'm super, super excited about. And for our special things that we're going to do in December, that a good majority of my markers need some definite attention. So, fortunately, these ones are good and juicy. They're blending well. But I have quite a lot that needs some help, so I'll have to get on that. So as you can see, I'm literally going over the G99 because it is so much darker, and I do want to force it to blend a little bit. I want it to be darker, but I don't want just a harsh line. So I'm kind of forcing it, if you will, by going over the top of it and then coaxing it, pulling it back in toward the middle of my image, so that it doesn't stand out too much. Like I said, I want it to be a shadow, not a line. Okay, there's that one. And then I'm going to go in and do some stripes here. So red will be my next. So I want G, oops. I don't know why I always open the wrong end of the marker. Let's see here. So I want my, let's see, red, green would be my next one here. So I'm just going to start filling in some of that, and I'm just going to come down around the bottom. And then this one will also be green. So again, down around the bottom, thinner when I get toward the outer part of his body. Then I'm going to grab my G99, sorry, 94, one of those G's, and I'm going to fill in, I'm going to pull that color in the rest of the way. And then I think I will make the little pieces hanging off the blanket this time green. I made them red on my other one, but I'm going to make them green this time. I could alternate red and green. Maybe I'll do that. I'm going to do that. That might be fun. So I did every other one green, and then I'll do every other one red when I get there. So that's our greens. Now we're going to do reds, and my red combo, as I said, is R39 and R37. Any red will do, depending on what paper you want to put it on. The paper I'm using today is an Echo Park 6x6 paper pad, and I think it's called I Love Christmas. It's really, really cute. It's got these muted colors that are so perfect for the Kraftin Kimmie ink colors that I chose. So I'm starting with my R39, and I'm just coming in where, just like I did with the green, where I want it to be darkest, I'm putting it down heavier. And then where I want it to be lighter, you know, leave some light, I'm just going along the bottom here. So darker here at the edges, outer edges. I usually, I'm not going to say always, because there's a time or two that I have not done it that way, but I tend to save my reds for last because they, you know, just if you touch another color to them, they seem to grab that color so fast. So I tend to keep my reds for last. And then, like I said, I was going to fill in, I'm going to do the lighter red on the bottom there. So this is now R37, and we're going to just come in and pull the color through. I just am using a very light touch, pretty much just mostly the tip of my marker because, you know, there's just, you just want to, it's a small line. You don't need a lot of pressure to get it to go in there. And then I'm going to pick this color up here, pull it up, try not to get out of my lines too bad. Looks okay, and then I'll do the little dangly pieces of the blanket it down here. Like I said, every other one red. So we have a very festive llama going on. I know, I love this stamp set, Carla. I'm just really kind of mad at myself that I waited so long to first order it and then to start playing with it because it's so stinking cute. Oh, whoops, I gotta do the bands up here. So same idea here, 39 first, and again, just a little touch on the outer part here, and then fill it in with the lighter red, the R37. So let's just fill that in. Just, there we go. Don't need much. Maybe, let's see, where'd my 94 go? I'm just gonna touch this one up just a little bit right here because it is down along the neck. There we go. All right, so look how quick and easy and fun that was to color this little image. And like I said, there's lots of other fun ideas. I know slimlines are super popular right now. I think this would be a really fun one for a slimline card. You know, it's about the same, it's exactly the same height really, but with the skinnier body and all these fun sayings. You know, save the drama for your llama, no problema, no drama llama. I can see lots of fun ideas. I'm definitely gonna have to try the stencil and this bit happens idea next to see how that goes. But lots of fun, lots of fun with this stamp set. So I'm just gonna finish the card with you guys real quick here. I've already pre-cut my papers, and this, like I said, this is an Echo Park paper. It's double-sided. I did this one with the ornaments. We could swap it up if we wanted and do some light bulbs. Let's see how that might look. We could do that really fast. And sunglasses. Yes, I love the sunglasses. Yeah, slimlines would be so good with this set, honestly. It just would be so much fun. So what do you think? Should I do the lights on this side this time? It'd be fun to kind of ink the edges up with the Chris Crimson or the green too. Yeah, super quick Christmas card. Much quicker than I can even say it, honestly. So yeah, the books and the reading glasses. Yes, yeah, just so many combos. So what do you think? Should we do it with the lights this time, or do you like it with the ornaments better? I'm gonna grab my glue, see who jumps in. Love the lights. Okay, we're doing the lights. Thank you, Carla. So quick, because I had pre-cut it. This I think is 2 1/4 inches wide. Got a bubble in my glue here. 2 1/4 inches wide for the panel that I colored on today. And then, wow, that is a lot of glue. And then the next layer then is 2 1/2. So this panel is 2 1/4 by 5 and oh, it's like 2 clicks shy of 5 1/2, if that makes sense. I can't think of what that would be. 5 6/8, 7/8, 6/8, something like that. And then, so this is cut just barely. My card base is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. I cut this just a couple of 8ths less than, 2/8 less than that, just so it has a little bit of a framing on there. And that's super quick and easy. If I can get it picked up. These nails don't make it easy to pick things up, that's for sure. Just soothe my little edges from the cutting. So we'll go ahead and, wow, that glue is really coming out. Holy moly. Get that on there quickly. Make sure that my base is opening the right way, and it is. We're good. Get that on there. Just leaves a little bit of an edge. Like I said, it would be fun. I didn't bring out my colors, but it would be fun to give it kind of a little bit more of a distressed. You could do the edges of the paper with one or the other of the colors. That would be fun. Then I'm just going to glue this panel on there, kind of right about there. Leave a little bit of room on both sides. I got glue squished out. I'll have to use my trusty glue remover after it dries a little bit. Let's see, how do we do? Did we get it on there straight? Oh, not too bad. Yay. And then just the finishing touch. Well, hi Bridget. We're quick tonight. Generally I'm a little bit longer, but I had a pretty quick card planned. So, so the finishing touch that I did last time was just added a few of these dots. I believe these are the holiday dots, and I've used a couple of the colors. I love our dots. I'm kind of sad we won't have them, but I know that we'll have something that's really fun coming up. And I think the holiday dots were one of my favorites. I really love them a lot. So I'm just gonna put one up here in the corner. I'm gonna add another small one. I used one of the bigger ones. I'm gonna add another small one up there. Then I'm gonna add one down here. And we're gonna call it good. We're gonna say it's done. So, la, voila, voila. There we go. Could maybe even add a third one, but I don't think I want to. Nope, I'm gonna leave it be. Oh, we gotta put some grounding under there. I can do that real quick. Thank you, Teresa. So for the grounding, I just used, I think I grabbed a C2 marker. Generally I don't do it after my card is already pasted down, but I don't saturate it so much with the ink that it should matter. But I'm just gonna give a little bit of a shadow under here. And then I didn't grab some other colors, but we could just use our lightest, like we could try the E41 and just kind of sketch in a little bit more, maybe ground. And then if we don't like the lines on there, we can just grab the colorless blender and just kind of blend it out a little bit more, which is what I'm doing. So that we have some color, but not crazy like lines. So you just want to make it kind of a smooth shadow. There we go. So there we are. We are done with our card, and thank you, Kim. You're so awesome for linking those for me. We're done. That's how quick and easy that was. I actually didn't think it was going to go quite that fast. I should have maybe planned to color another one with you, but if you have this stamp set, I would love to see you color it up and share in our group what you've done with it. And like I said, we've thrown out a couple fun ideas tonight that you could do with it, so I would love to see what you do. I hope that I've inspired you in some way, and thank you for spending the last half hour of your time with me tonight. It's always fun. Thanks. Thank you, Kim. Okay, everybody. Well, I am gonna sign off, so I'm just gonna give you one last look at these and gonna pop off. So thanks again. Bye, everybody.